Hello, welcome to my channel, Enterprise Updates with Cat Dev. So today, I am actually going to talk about IT. I said that last week I would talk about IT positions within IT, because I said that I had graduated with a bachelor's degree in IT. So I still like to stay involved with IT and make sure that I know what's going on in the IT world. So today is March 14th. Yesterday was Friday the 13th, and it was a Kellen Quinn day yesterday. Yesterday was a Kellen Quinn day. That's the second time I've done that. I've done that before on Twitter. I made it a Kellen Quinn day, but yesterday was a Kellen Quinn day again because Kellen Quinn is Kellen Quinn. So today is March 14th, and it is a Saturday. And right now, currently, I'm going to talk about the coronavirus. There have been, I'm going to show you my little sheet here. As of March 14th, backwards. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Well, as of March 14th, 2020 at 3:30 p.m., there have been 142,651 people confirmed with the coronavirus, 5,393 deaths, and I'm sure the majority of those deaths were in China, and the virus is in 135 countries. So the coronavirus, yes, is very serious. So as of currently, there's 142,000 people, 651,000 confirmed. I got that from the WHO organization, the World Health Organization website. So as of now, the coronavirus is coming to the United States. So I thought that I would interject that into my blog today, before I spoke about IT. So my thing is IT, any IT jobs. It doesn't necessarily have to be in an office, because IT is everywhere. IT can be considered infrastructure. And sometimes when I think about IT, I think about like working with telecom or working with, your electric company. So those are jobs within IT as well. And those jobs, I'm not sure if you exactly need a certification to be an electrician, but some of those jobs do require you to be an electrician. But on the IT side, the certifications to begin, like within an IT infrastructure position, when I started looking to my research, and even when I was in school, the Network Plus is one certification, and the CompTIA A plus certification. So the A plus certification, I'm going on their website, comptia.org. It establishes, it's like the beginning or the start of your career in IT. So when you start off and you want to start with a lower paying position or just start like an entry level position, the CompTIA A plus certification is one of the certifications that you should probably have on your resume. And you should be able to, I'm on their website, you should be able to identify how to connect or use different hardware devices. You should know, of course, about Windows OS and understand Mac OS. I think probably installing and support in an office or anything is probably going to be Windows OS. And understand Linux. And then networking, like Wi-Fi and troubleshooting and security and mobile devices. So just to go into it, like the CompTIA, if you're a type of person that works as an entry-level technician, you're going to have problems with like a cell phone, because remember that companies do give their employees cell phones. So you may have to look at their cell phone or try to, I guess, repair it. That's probably one of the things you probably should figure out too, how to set up someone's internet on their phone, because they may not know how to set that up. They may not know how to set up email on their phone. So that's one thing. I'm not saying that it sounds simple, but it actually isn't, because if you're just setting up email for your company, it's not like it's already attached to your phone. You have to go in and set that up. So that could be something that an IT person does. And, so CompTIA A plus is one certification. Now, the other certification is CompTIA Network Plus. The Network Plus is, I guess, the second step in your certification. Or if you want to get into networking, that's something I think that's personal to that person. If they want to be in networking, if they have an interest in networking, so basically you configure and manage network devices like switches and routers. You also implement protocols and standards for your company. Basically, they probably already have the standard set up for the network and how that works, and then you're just going to basically implement that. Or I guess you can suggest changes. I don't know, whatever. So troubleshooting network problems. So the test covers network security, network operations, and infrastructure. So appropriate cabling, device, and storage. Okay, so let's talk about that. Infrastructure. Cabling, device, and storage. So cabling is not just cabling a network of computers. To me, that's a question probably for maybe the recruiter or maybe for the school, probably for the school career office to see if that's something you should do. So like network security, like cabling and device. So when you go to your school office, you talk to your career person there or whoever that works in network security, networking, not network security, and networking. Ask them, when I do cabling, or if I were to have an interest in doing cabling for just computers, does that involve infrastructure? Because I think that infrastructure is another area of IT that people should think about if they want to work in IT. Don't think of just a typical office, but remember that infrastructure you're going to be outside, so you're going to be in the cold. If it's a colder climate, you're going to be outside, and if it's a really cold city or state, that's not a job that's whenever you want to make your own hours, those hours could be any time. So that's something that people can think about infrastructure as another part of IT, doing cabling and, circuit breaker switches and transformer repair, working on the computerized side of that. Because I think you have to be an electrician to actually do the circuit breaker and switches repair for like a power grid or like your regular infrastructure. So like if you want to work for like a power company, like because I was interested in working for the power grid, the Arizona power grid company. I think it's called Arizona Public Systems or something like that. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. So my interest was working for the power grid side, but working on the computerized side. So like I was doing my paper on machine learning and the power grids. So because my degree's in software engineering. So like designing a system that detects energy prices, and that's what I was thinking about, designing a system that not detects energy prices but detects energy levels. So I was on that side of it. But if I was going to be on the IT side of it, you can be an IT infrastructure manager. You can, if you have your bachelor's degree, and I'm sure people in that, they don't have their bachelor's degree. I'm sure that they've actually, put some time in and they were able to be a manager. But, so like the IT infrastructure manager, that's one job you can do within IT infrastructure for like the power grid, for the electricity. So another thing I was thinking about, if you do get your CompTIA network security or network certification, you can do infrastructure. So laying cabling for our infrastructure. So that's one thing you can think about. And that's something you can talk to your career person about. your school career person about, or someone that actually works for the electric company or something, or the telecom company. So you have a mix of both skills where you can actually go in and be sort of like a journeyman, but you also have the computer skills as well. So I don't know how far, the CompTIA A plus or the CompTIA network teaches you, but I do remember my professor actually coming in class and showing us networking with actual cabling. So, we didn't get into it too much because we didn't really have the time. But so that's something that you can talk to your professor about in whatever school that you go to, or whoever you study with on your own for the CompTIA A plus or network. So basically, as I was saying, in IT, there are IT infrastructure jobs where you can not just be the electrician, but you can also be the IT person where you are updating the computer systems to reflect, the newer software. So say that your infrastructure has a new software, or they're implementing new protocol. So you're not just the journeyman electrician. You can also be the technician as far as the computerized part of it. So, and I'm pretty sure that in IT you're able to do both. You're able to lay cables and fix switches and routers. But in my mind, I was thinking, well, having the network plus or the A plus, it looks good on your resume. So that's why I was thinking about the IT, not just being an IT person for an office, but actually working in the infrastructure part of it, which is telecom cabling, cable companies, or even the power grid, system. So that, think about like how far am I going to go in this company? So I'm going to be a journeyman, or, my entry level technician job. So after that, what am I going to do? Do I want to be a manager, or do I want to just be, someone who does 30 years as an electrician? Because sometimes you have to think too, sometimes your manager is not paid as much as you are if someone who's been there for 30 years. So the person who's been there for 30 years may make more in overtime than their manager. So it depends on the person. That's what I'm saying. It depends on if you want to be a manager and you want to manage the office part of it, or manage the workers, or you want to be the worker that goes home at the end of the day, that doesn't have the responsibility of a manager. So remember, the manager has a lot of responsibility. They have to answer to people. So they have to do certain things that are different from someone who just comes in and clocks in and goes home and doesn't really have to worry about answering to a board or answering to a higher supervisor and things like that. So that's something you have to think about too when you're young and you're starting out, where the steps to how you are, the steps, like where am I going with my career, and how far am I going to go with this certification. This is an entry level certification, A plus. The network is the next step. Okay, so what do I want to do after that? Do I want to get my bachelor's degree, or do I already have my bachelor's degree and I want to add another certification? So that's why I was thinking about IT. IT is not just fixing computers or being in an office doing, techie stuff. It's also working for the power company, working for the power infrastructure, as far as being like in the dirt, like being in like underground, cold, hot when it's summertime. So these are jobs that you have to think about. They are not comfortable, but they may pay more money. So that's what I talked about today: IT infrastructure and getting your certifications for those jobs. So signing off, Cat Dev. Next week I'll do something different. I'm not sure. I'll probably go back into enterprise updates. But today I thought I'd talk about IT because it's so close to my heart. I do love IT stuff. So, and thank you. Have a good day.